MBBS. One-step solution for all medical studies.
Hi friends, in this video we will talk about the distribution of 206 bones in our body. Now friends, as you all know, there are 206 bones present in our body, and out of these 206 bones, 80 bones forms this axial skeleton and 126 bones forms this appendicular skeleton. This is the appendicular skeleton. And now in this picture you can see clearly that this axial skeleton includes skull, a vertebral column and rib cage. And this skull includes how many bones? 29 bones. And the upper part of this skull is called what it called? Cranium. And lower part of the skull is called what it called? Face. And this cranium includes how many bones? 8 bones. And what are these 8 bones? One is a frontal bone, 2 parietal bones, 1 occipital bone, 2 temporal bones, 1 sphenoid bone and 1 ethmoid bone. And our face contains how many bones? 14 bones. Fe means face. Face means 14. 14. Okay, so face includes 14 bones. And what are these 14 bones? 2 are nasal bones, 2 maxilla, 2 zygomatic, 1 mandible, 2 inferior nasal concha, 1 vomer bone, 2 lacrimal bone and 2 palatine bones. And there are 7 bones which are associated with the skull. Okay, and what are these 7 bones? 6 are ear ossicles. And what are these ear ossicles? 2 malleus, 2 incus and 2 stapes and 1 hyoid bone. So friends, this is the distribution of the bones in the skull region. Now coming to vertebral column, as this vertebral column includes how many bones? 26 bones. And out of these 26 bones, 7 bones are cervical, 12 bones are thoracic, 5 are lumbar, 1 sacrum bone which is fusion of 5 sacral bones, and 1 coccyx bone which is formed by the fusion of approximately 3 to 5 coccyx bones. And this is our rib cage which includes 25 bones. And out of these 25 bones, 24 bones are ribs and 1 is sternum. Now coming to appendicular skeleton. So these are 2 upper limbs, and these are 2 lower limbs which forms appendicular skeleton. And friends, this upper limb includes 4 bones in the pectoral girdle, and out of these 4 bones, 2 are clavicle and 2 are scapula. In the arm region or brachium, 2 humerus bones. In the forearm or antebrachium region, 2 radius and 2 ulna. In the hand or manus region, 16 carpals bone, 10 metacarpals bone and 28 phalanges. And lower limb includes 2 hip bones in the pelvic girdle and 2 femur bones in the thigh region, 2 patella bone in the knee region, 2 tibia and 2 fibula in the leg region, and 14 tarsals, 10 metatarsals and 28 phalanges in the foot region. Now friends, remember one thing, that in the hand region there are 16 carpals, while in the foot region there are only 14 tarsals. So friends, this is very important point. Now friends, I will show you pictures of all these bones so that you can have crystal clear view of all these bones where they are actually present in our body. So this is our skull, and this upper part of the skull is called cranium and this lower part is called face. And this is the frontal bone, and these 2 bones are parietal bones. And this is the occipital bone. And 1 temporal bone on this side and 1 temporal bone on the opposite side. And this yellow bone is which bone? This is the sphenoid bone. And this face includes which bones? These are 2 nasal bones which are present in the nose. These are 2 maxillary bones. These are 2 zygomatic bones. And this single bone is called what it called? Yes friends, mandible. and these two bones are inferior nasal concha, and this is the vomer bone, and vomer is the single bone. Vomer is the single bone. V means one, and one means one. This is the one. So vomer is a single bone, or it is unpaired bone. Now friends, to see other bones of the cranium clearly, we have to make sagittal section of the skull, and this is the view of the skull after taking sagittal section. And in this section you can see clearly this is the sphenoid bone. This yellow bone is sphenoid bone, and this gray bone is which bone? This is the ethmoid bone. And all these bones of the cranium forms a hollow space in which our brain is present, and this hollow space is called vault of the skull. So what is vault? It is a hollow space in the skull which is formed by the cranium bone, and within this hollow space our brain is present. And if I take section like this is the section, then this upper part of the skull looks like this, and this is looking like bowl. That is why it is called calvaria. What it called? Calvaria. And as this forms the cap of the skull, that is why it is called skull cap. And sometimes this skull cap is used as vault. Now friends, remember one thing, that this vault, skull cap and calvaria is very important for the Viva exam point of view. And now I am sure you know what is vault, skull cap and calvaria. Now friends, as you know, this gray bone is which bone? This is the ethmoid bone, and this is the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone. Now what I am doing, I am taking out this perpendicular plate, and now the structure which you can see here are the superior nasal concha and middle nasal concha. So superior nasal concha and middle nasal concha are the part of the ethmoid bone, but this inferior nasal concha is a separate bone, and which is the bone of the face region, and one inferior nasal concha on this side and one on this side. So friends, this is very important point. And what is that? Superior and middle nasal concha are the part of the ethmoid bone, but this inferior nasal concha is a separate bone, and they are two in number, one on right side and one on left side. Now I am zooming in this view so you can see clearly here. This is our lacrimal bone, and these two bones are the nasal bones, and this light pink bone is the palatine bone, one on this side and one on this side. And friends, this is our vertebral column, and this is upper limb and this is lower limb, which includes clavicle. This is the clavicle, this is the scapula, and this is the humerus, this is radius, this is ulna. And how many carpal bones are present? These are 8, 4 on the upper side and 4 on the lower side. 5 metacarpals, and these are the metacarpals, and these are the phalanges. Metacarpals are how many? They are 5, and phalanges are 14 in number. And similar to upper limb, lower limb includes this hip bone, that is also called os coxa. This is the femur, this is the fibula, and this is the tibia, and this is the patella. And in the ankle region, these are the tarsals, and these are metatarsals, and these are phalanges. So friends, this was the superficial scenario of our skeleton, and as these bones are very important for the theory, for the practical, for the Viva, and for the PG entrance examinations point of view, that is why we will discuss all these bones in detail in our future upcoming videos.